Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Brandon. Welcome to Audio Addiction, where finally it's album reviews. You can find our band interviews and you can find live coverage of the concerts that we get. I posted an album review of Limbs, new record, Father Son, as well as Royal Coda's self-titled record. Check all those out. I posted those earlier in the week. A ton of interviews coming out this week as well. I posted 2 already, and I'm posting 1 today, later on at 8 o'clock. So check all of those bands out. Really cool, sick up and coming bands. And then I'll also be doing this review, The Rocket and GP's new EP as well over this weekend. So if you enjoy any of that, be on the lookout for that. It'll be coming out very soon. But tonight we're going to be talking about Boys of Fall's new EP, Chasing Lonely.
Nobody say, just stay away, leave me the way you stay. What the hell is wrong with me? I put up with the pain.
So, as many of you know, I'm a big fan of this band. I did a review of Thank You and Goodbye, and I thought that was an excellent record that kind of surmises a lot of great pop punk, easycore, and kind of that pop punk metalcore, even metalcore too, genres. They really kind of blend everything together, and I felt like they were a band that were going to be the next big thing. They took a break and then they came back and they released this new record at this time. It's pretty short. It's only 5 tracks, and 2 of them being acoustic versions of tracks from Thank You and Goodbye. So I'm going to go through all of them, giving my thoughts and opinions on it, give some pros and cons on the record, and then finish it out with an overall rating. So the first track of the EP is No Good For Me. This one has a pop rock, sort of pop punk vibe to it, which is really nice and kind of a change of pace from the previous record, which felt very much more in that rock, maybe pop punk, even like metalcore range. It definitely shows off more of Mike's skills as a vocalist, doing those more R&B-esque runs, and just showing off his more vocal talent that he had in terms of the clean side as well. I also enjoy that this track was really catchy and melodic. I do definitely miss those more aggressive moments that Thank You and Goodbye had. I know that they definitely we're going in that direction of more, I guess, rock bass sort of stuff, and they kind of hinted at it again on the previous record, but I guess I wasn't really too in on it. But I felt like this track was great, bouncy, fun, but it leaves something to be desired as in terms of just what I was hoping and what I was expecting from this EP. It's a really well-rounded track, but I was definitely hoping for more. So we're gonna move into track number 2, which is Chasing Lonely. I believe they released a music video for this one, and this one has that top 40s current sort of pop vibe to it. The vocals and instrumentals have that sort of styling to them. I feel like they really tone back the more pop rock. I mean, I guess it kind of shows in like more of the chorus, but I definitely feel like in the verses it plays off more of that pop aesthetic. It's another really infectious track. The melodies definitely get caught in your head. I found myself listening through to this EP singing along and just kind of listening to the great melodies that they were able to arrange and structure out. But I can't help but think there is an identity crisis a little bit, in the fact that I feel like a lot of fans of the band love them because they did more of that heavier stuff, and this is kind of a deviation from what you know and love of Boys of Fall. So I'm hoping that later on, either in a next record or EP, that they're able to incorporate some more heavier elements. That would be really nice. I'm not saying that the rock vibes aren't great, but I would love to hear more of a, more along the lines of a metalcore track, and just kind of like pop punk hybrid. I feel like that would be good. However, I can see the mainstream appeal of this track and a lot of the tracks of this EP as a whole. It feels very much in that pop focus direction. So we're gonna move into track number 3, which is Novocaine. This one is a cool sort of soft track. I like how it highlights what the band can do as just a group. They definitely have some like common drum aesthetics to them, as well as including piano and just the subtle accents of tambourine shakers, things of that nature. It gives this track a acoustic treatment, as I would say. Great vocals. I think it's a solid arrangement. It's definitely another really catchy track as well. And I definitely enjoyed it. So we're gonna move into track number 4 and 5, because I'm gonna kind of lump them together, which is Under My Skin and I Learned My Lesson, both acoustic versions of tracks from Thank You and Goodbye. I thought they did a really good job, really stripped back track. It's pretty much just Mike and one of the guitarists from Boys of Fall. The vocals sound really great. I felt myself leaning more towards I Learned My Lesson. I just kind of resonate with the song more. But I feel like Under My Skin was just another really solid one too. There isn't really much to talk about in terms of just structure and arrangement. It's pretty much the same, just being acoustic. And I think they were both really solid, but again, they were songs that I kind of heard previously. So some pros and cons that I felt on the record. I think it's catchy. I think it's melodic. It definitely feels more mainstream and fits with their more mainstream vibes that they're going for. I don't know if they're trying to, I guess, get out of heavy music per se, but this is definitely an indication that they are trying to do more pop oriented, more kind of rock based stuff. And they just did a show with All Time Low, and I know that they have become pretty popular in terms of more mainstream, in terms of a household name. So a pro is definitely their directional change. It has more of that pop rock, pop influence to it, with a little bit of sprinkling of R&B in there as well. But I feel like this is also probably the biggest con of the EP as well. Just having 3 of the tracks, especially towards the end, being all slower tracks, or acoustic versions of previous tracks that they did. There's really there isn't any screaming. I don't know why I said really there isn't, but there is not screaming on this EP. Which I think is kind of a staple of this band. I know that they probably don't want to have that sort of labeling to them, but that's how I found out about Boys of Fall, when they were doing that sort of hybrid of pop punk and metalcore, much like A Day to Remember. And I think another con is their directional change. As much as I see it and I get it as just a band and doing music for a very long time, I can see the reasoning behind it, but I also feel like, I would certainly love for them to kind of have the best of both worlds, much like I keep referring to A Day to Remember, but it is kind of a good analogy. They still have heavy tracks and they still have radio tracks, so I think it's best to find the balance of both, and I felt like this record kind of lacked it, but I think it gave you a glimpse into what Boys of Fall are up to in the foreseeable future as a band. I feel like they're going forward are going to be more pop rock, more pop punk. I think more along the lines of like State Champs, the Day to Remember road, the path that they chose, which isn't bad. I think it's solid nonetheless, but I was a little bit let down in the fact that there weren't really kind of heavier tracks, and also being the fact that it was only, I think, 5 songs, and 2 of them, again, being acoustic versions of previous tracks. So hopefully they'll be working on some new stuff. I will be on the lookout for that. I think that no matter what they do, I want to support these guys. I want to show some love. So even though I don't really feel this record, I'm hoping and wanting for more in the next record. So my overall rating for Boys of Fall, Chasing Lonely, I'm going to be giving it a 9 out of 10. I think it's a solid record. I feel like if you are more into that mainstream pop music, pop rock, pop punk, things of that nature, the stuff that kind of hits more of that the more radio friendly ears, I feel like this record is for you. If you're an old fan, I might want to pass on this one or check it out. I feel like there are some hints of old Boys of Fall, but really they're trying to push that new direction. So let me know what you think in the comments below. This album comes out today, so definitely go check it out on Spotify, Apple Music, things of that nature. All of the links will be in the description. Again, I'd love to know your thoughts on this EP. If you agree, if you disagree, I'd certainly like to know. And they will be going on tour with We Were Sharks, and I think Rival Towns is the one that's coming to my area. I know Floods is also on there as well, and they're a phenomenal band too. So definitely stoked to see them live. Hopefully play some of their old stuff, and hopefully they'll be playing either this new material or even more new material in the coming rest of this year. So if you enjoyed this album slash EP review, please subscribe, please hit that thumbs up, it goes a long way. Thank you guys so much for your support. Ton of great stuff coming up this upcoming week and into many more weeks. So my name is Brandon. We hope you got your fix, and we'll be talking with you soon. Peace. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps out our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.